All right. Look, the whole point is if you care, you got to follow through, right? And we just exclusively reported information that the government apparently, allegedly, is trying to smear and discredit UFO whistleblower Dave Grusch. Now, there's little question about why they would do this, right? Why wouldn't you just want to play to the transparency? That makes it even more important to chase them on this, especially if they leaked his confidential medical information. And again, there's a very small population of people who could have had the information. And why would they play to his mental health, which, by the way, he already spoke about? You don't even have him in terms of a gotcha. And why would you play to something we're trying to destigmatize by, hoping to play to the idea that it makes him less than? This is a problem, and somebody's got to ask these people, these same questions, who have to know how to find out what the answer is. House Oversight Committee member, Florida Republican, member of Congress, Byron Donalds. It's good to have you. Thank you for being here.
It's good to be with you, Chris. How you doing?
Doing all right. So if the sheriff says, wasn't me, and he's not lying, which means nobody gave me a FOIA request, and if the reporter says that somebody leaked it to him, I'm not saying that the reporter should say it was sources, of course not, but that leads to a very small population that is almost entirely made up of officials within the intelligence apparatus. Do you believe that this is worthy of you asking some questions as to how did this information get out there?
Actually, I do. And stuff like this is very concerning when you have people who served our country having their records being released, whether it's the intelligence community or somebody else. We do need to get to the bottom of that. These records are supposed to be private. They're there so that obviously this gentleman can have his medical situation taken care of. They're for him. They're not for public consumption. And that shouldn't take away from what he is trying to testify to and bring to light for the American people. If DOD or members of the intelligence community want to countermand that, then they can come to Congress. They can actually discuss that stuff with us, and they can actually bring information to the contrary. But to leak his personal records to try to discredit him, I mean, this is some 1950s stuff that's going on, and it's got to stop. And let me also add this real quick, Chris. This is not the first time information's been released on members of our military who are trying to do something else in their private life. We've had several people run for Congress who had their military records released by somebody in the intelligence community or at the Pentagon, and it is illegal, and Congress must investigate this. It's got to stop.
Listen, and it's a great, especially in the age of BS issues that are made political. This is a legit one that, I could totally understand you wanting to pick it up and run with it. You got two of your fellow party members. It's bipartisan, the effort for more transparency on this issue overall. But, Luna and Burchett, you got some allies there. I mean, you should pick up this ball and run with it because nobody in America is happy about this. This guy's, a veteran and a special operator who nobody has been able to assail his credibility. And now they're trying to play to one of the most dangerous stigmas in our society, which is saying that he had a mental health issue, so somehow you shouldn't believe him. And it's coming from the Intelligence Committee. I mean, it seems to check every box of no-no.
Well, look, I'll tell you, knowing Reps Luna and Burchett, they're not taking this one lightly. So I'm quite sure we're going to have a conversation about this over the next several days. And I'll add to it, it's not a partisan issue. There are bipartisan concerns about with respect to UFOs or UAPs or whatever we're calling them now, that members of Congress have serious questions about. Our other colleague from Florida, Mr. Frost, you got him up on the screen right now. They have serious questions about this. They want to know that. And as members of Congress, they're entitled to. What we don't want to see is that whistleblowers or anybody else coming forward, their credibility is being destroyed while they're trying to bring information to the awareness of the American public and to members of Congress. We got to look into that, and I think we are going to do that as well.
Well, good. That's encouraging to hear that. Appreciate it, Congressman. We'll follow up on it. Anything we can do to get information out about these inquiries and what's learned, we're a call away, as you know. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.